everybody, I'm Elizabeth Linthicum. I am the program coordinator for Hampton School Age Programs with the City of Hampton, and I'm here to do some kids yoga with y'all. We do this as a regular part of our enrichment rotation with our after-school programs, and we go to all 24 sites, so I do from pre-K all the way to 8th grade. And we always invite parents and staff to join us when we do this. We found that working with yoga and working with kids, not only is it kind of a fun exercise, especially when we get to do things like cow and cat and monkey and dog and make all the noises, but it's also a good way for kids to focus and center themselves because yoga is a very singular practice. It's not a group activity like a sport, soccer, football, gymnastics. Even though that's singular, it can still be a team. It's very much about yourself and coming into yourself and honing in on your feelings and your thoughts and what's going on with you. So I also use this with our kids, and I've also worked at the Community Services Board with children there on how to really manage some of your emotions. And especially now in COVID land. Normally I would have some friends with me here, but we're in COVID land, so it's just me. And what we like to do is really let the kids utilize the breath and the slowing down process of yoga to think about sometimes their actions before they either do anything or they say anything. And you'll find that in some of our yoga practice with school age programs, we incorporate a lot of other elements of the learning environment and the recreation environment and social emotional skills into it. There's some things I'll share at the end as well, but first we're going to actually do some yoga. So as if you're here with me, that's how I'm going to be talking to you. So we're going to start seated on our mat. And if you don't have a mat, that's okay, because you can be right on the carpet. And you're just going to let your hands rest on your legs. And we're going to sit up tall and strong. Lift that head up. And then focus on the breath. We're going to inhale into the belly. Bring the breath up into your rib cage. Inhale up into your throat. And through your nose, exhale and release. Inhale through the nose, filling up. And exhale, releasing. The reason we breathe in and out through the nose in yoga is the cilia help to, one, cleanse the air as it comes in, but it also warms the air as it comes down into your lungs. As we exhale, we'll drop our chin to our chest. Inhale, lift center. Exhale, drop the chin and the head gently back. Inhale, center. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, center. Exhale, back. Inhale, center. Exhale, chin to chest. And this time as we inhale, we'll take that right ear over to that right shoulder. And allow that left shoulder to hang heavy. Exhale, sweep across the front. And come to the left shoulder and allow that right arm to hang heavy. This is great for kids even during the regular school year. Exhale, come across. And adults, because we are very focused on our technology. And we have a tendency to be slumped over, exhale across, a phone, a tablet, a computer. So we really want to get that nice stretch. And then drop that chin to the chest this time. Inhale, roll the shoulders up, bring the head to center, roll them back and forward. Up, back, down, and forward. Good. This time we're going to roll it back and we're going to hold those shoulders back. Again, opening up the chest area. Again, it's another thing that gets rolled forward as we look down at our technology. self included. Inhale, let's bring it up, and then we're going to come around and down. Back, up, around, and down. And then this time we're going to bring the arms all the way up. Inhale, reaching up, and think about reaching out of your rib cage, lifting. Exhale, drop that left hand, reach long with that right. Inhale. Exhale, dropping opposite side. Good. Inhale. And if, by the way, if you're in a chair watching this, you can do this in your chair too. Don't think you can't, because my videographer is doing it behind you. Exhale, drop it to the left. And inhale. Exhale, drop it over towards the right. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push that air away. Now we're going to bring the legs open, bottoms of the feet together. We're going to come into butterfly. This is great for the hip area. The kids love this because when we do butterfly, we pretend like we're flying somewhere. So we're just going to flap our wings. And then I let the kids say, hey, where are we going to fly to today, y'all? And they'll shout out all kinds of different places. And then I'll just pick one randomly. And I try to make sure that I get different ones each time so it comes from a different child. So we're flapping our wings. So we're going to fly. Let's see, today we're going to fly to, let's just fly somewhere close. Let's fly to Richmond since I'm in Hampton. And then we're going to make a right turn and a left turn. And we're going to fly up, car, lift, and then down. Up, we got to go through a tunnel. Tuck, and up, and left turn, and tree, up, go up the tree, and down. Right turn, left turn, right turn, oh no, and fly. Power line duck, and up. Oh look, and now we see the beautiful James River that leads us right into Richmond. That's our state capital for Virginia, by the way. And then we're going to land, come down to land. And then inhale up. And by now you've got the kids who are a little hesitant, laughing, giggling, having a good time, being kids. Take those hands back by your hips and then just scoot yourself back, straighten those legs out and give them a shake. Good job. Inhale, lift up tall. Point your toes up to the sky and exhale, hinge forward from your hip. And all we're going to do is bring our arms parallel to the floor. A lot of kids worry about, I can't touch my toes, Miss Liz. It's not about touching your toes. We're just reaching out so our arms are parallel. Oh, there's a little math. Parallel to the floor. Inhale, lift, and exhale. Now we're all going to swing around to one side, and we're going to come to all fours. We're going to align our wrists under our shoulders and our knees under our hips, and we're going to prepare for cat and cow. So as we inhale, scoop the head, push the hips back, we come into cow, and the cow says, "Rrrr." And then we exhale round, pull our belly button up towards the ceiling, and we come into cat, and the cat says, "Meow." Inhale, cow. "Rrrr." Exhale, cat. "Rrrr." Inhale, cow. And yes, they will make the noises very loudly. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And that's okay, because some of them don't know what a cow sounds like. Exhale, cat. And then inhale, flat back. From here, we're going to tuck our toes under, and we're going to walk our hands back towards our knees, and we're going to come into a little ball. We starfish our fingers, and then we exhale, push up, and then inhale, lift that body all the way up into tall mountain. And then exhale, push the air away. And then we may not always all have mats, but we have a space. So then we step to the top of our space, and we come into mountain pose. Shoulders are back, and we're nice and tall. And I tell them, think tall like Shaquille O'Neal. I used to use Dr. J, but they kind of didn't know who I was talking about when I said Dr. J, so I had to go a little bit younger. So then we're going to inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, right side bend. Drop the right hand, reach long with the left. If they've been sitting all day in school or behind that computer, getting up and stretching. Inhale. Exhale, left side bend. Inhale. Exhale, airplane. We're going to stop the body parallel to the earth. And then we're going to fly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tall mountain. Now normally in a regular yoga class we don't fly, but the kids like to fly. Exhale, airplane once again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to come into chair and we're going to sit back. They kind of groan because it's a squat, but it's okay. You might groan too. Exhale, ragdoll, forward fold. And then we're just going to sway the breeze. Release all the tension across your low back and hips. Just let your body go. And then come back into the center. And if your hands don't come down to the floor or your feet, just cradle one elbow in each hand, because we always want to support our upper body. And my hands come way down, so I'm going to release mine. Then we're going to shake our head left to right. No stress. And shake it front to back. Yes, happiness. And relax it down. It's like carrying a 9-pound bowling ball on your shoulders all day long. Inhale, reverse swan dive, hinging at the hip. And imagine if you go bowling and you just carry that 9-pound bowling ball around. Exhale, push the air away, just down by your side, much less carrying it on top of your shoulders. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, airplane, no flying this time. Nice and long, streamlined. Inhale. Exhale, sweep forward into your chair. Let your arms come out and reach to the front. Wiggle those fingers, no tension in those hands. Exhale, ragdoll. Slight bend in your knees. We're going to bring our fingertips to the outsides of our toes. On our next exhalation, our right leg will step back in runner's lunge. And we rest on top of the left thigh. If I'm working with my older kids, I'll ask them, what shape are we making with our legs? And they'll tell me it's a right ankle. That's what we want it to be. And then we're going to exhale, drop that knee down. Bring the hands to the thigh. Drop your hips forward. And then inhale, using your core strength and your balance, modified crescent. We really want to open up the hip flexors, so you want to drop down and breathe. Exhale, releasing down. Tuck the toe, lift the knee, and then exhale, step back into plank. Plank is nice and long. Our body is flat, like a board. And then we're going to exhale, drop both knees down and lift our feet. Here come one of the kids' favorites. Crocodile, slow push up down. We're going to let our arms skim. We're going to come down with our nose, then our chest, and the rest. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, release. And then on this one, we inhale, lift, and they make like the crocodile noise. And exhale down. And yes, y'all, that's what it looks like. Inhale, crocodile. And exhale, release. Awesome. Inhale, push up to all fours. Slide your hands back a little bit. Tuck your toes. Exhale, push up into down dog. And I always ask them, what does the dog say? Woo, 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 woo. And we're going to let our sits bones, those are the pointy bones that hurt when you fall on your bottom, point up to the sky, and your head is relaxed. And this stretches the entire back of the body. Inhale, pull the body forward into plank. You may need to walk your hands up a little bit. Good. On our next inhalation, we're gonna bring our right foot up between our hands, keeping our left leg in the back, and there's no shame in your game if you gotta walk that foot up there a little bit. And again, we wanna have that nice, what kind of angle? Right angle, awesome. I'm gonna exhale, drop that knee, bring the hands up to the thigh, drop the hips forward, and then with your balance, coming up, and breathe. And then exhaling, release down. Lift that knee, and then step that foot up, and come back into ragdoll. From here, we'll bend the knees, bring the hands to the shins, and look up in monkey. The monkey says, oh, oh, ah, and exhale down. Inhale, monkey, and exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive, hinging at the hip, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And I ask the kids, why do we bring our hands to our heart? Because we love ourselves and we do good things for ourselves. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, right half moon. We're gonna let the arms stay parallel, just reach out. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, left half moon. Inhale. Exhale, airplane. Exhale, ragdoll. Inhale, monkey. Exhale. Inhale, reverse swan dive, hinging at the hip. Exhale, push the airway. Hands come to the small of your back. Modified back bend. Opening that chest, drop that head back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push the airway. And then step back to the top of your space. In mountain pose, roll those shoulders back. And we're going to take 2 cycles of breath. And a cycle is an inhalation and an exhalation. This kind of gives the kids time to check in with their body, see how they're feeling. Now as we open our eyes on our next exhalation, our left leg will step back as far as we're comfortable. And you want your left heel the furthest point away. Your left toes are angled to the top left corner of your space. Your right foot is straight ahead with your ankle, your knee, your hips, and your shoulders are squared to the front. Which I tell the kids, you're squared to the front, you're looking at Miss Liz. And we're gonna inhale, and then we're gonna exhale, warrior one. And I want them to think nice and strong, lifting up. Sometimes we even pretend like we're holding up the world. So our hands are out. Like we're holding up the world, because this way it keeps them nice and tall. And then we breathe. On our next inhalation, we're going to pull our hips to center, straightening our front leg. We're going to turn our body to the left. Keep your feet still. And then exhale, arms reach out, front, back. Then we're going to turn, look down our right hand. And then exhale, push forward into warrior two. Everybody wave. Good, nice and strong. Warriors are always prepared for anything. And so are we, because we are strong. On our next exhalation, we're going to take our right forearm and bring on our right thigh. And take our left arm and reach it straight up to the sky. And this is modified extended angle. And we're just opening up. I tell them if your hand gets tired, you can rest it. But most of them will keep it up. Breathe in and out. In yoga, we have a favorite shape. Can you guess what it is? It's triangle. So we're going to exhale, fold that hand down. Straighten our front leg, fingertips, fingertips. And then we exhale, bring our head and chest down. So the kids know this one. I always say, what is our favorite shape in yoga? They know we're going to go into triangle. And if you look, my body, the front leg, the back leg, and the floor make a triangle. On our next exhalation, our right leg will step back to meet our left and we'll come into down dog. And of course we will make some dog noises here, because we always do. Then we're going to inhale, pull forward into plank, shift our toes back a little bit. Kids like to stay active and jump around. So from plank, we're going to come into frog. So on the count of 3, we're going to jump our feet up towards our hands. 1, 2, 3. We come into frog. And then we inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, push the air away, hands to the small of your back. Modified back bend. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then take 2 cycles of breath. Check in with your body. See how you feel. And then as we open the eyes, relax the hands down. Come to the top of our space. And then on our next exhalation, our right leg will step back as far as we're comfortable. Right heel's the furthest point away, and your right toes are slightly angled to the top right corner of the room. Your left foot, ankle, knee, hips, and shoulders are squared to the front. And we're going to inhale and exhale, warrior 1. Good, nice and strong. Let's hold it up. Let's see those muscles, everybody. Quick, give me some muscle man arms. Good job. Reach up. And then exhale. Bring the body to center. Turn just your torso to the right. Inhale, arms front to back. Exhale, warrior 2. Let's come forward. Everybody wave. Good job. We want to keep our bodies up tall and the movements coming out of our leg. Nice, breathe. On our next exhalation, our left forearm will rest on our left thigh, and our right arm comes up. And when our right arm is up, we decompress the side of our heart and lungs. On the right side, we're just really working on the lungs. We're breathing. Good job. Now when I work with my older kids, I'll say, well, what kind of shape do our legs make right now? If we used up, and because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sides still, it's not a rectangle, it's not a square, it's not equal. So I'll ask them, is it a trapezius or a rhomboid? I'll let y'all figure out what it is. On our next exhalation, we're going to fold that right hand down to the mat. Left hand comes down, starfish those fingers, and then exhale, straighten that leg, drop the head and chest. Because then we come into our favorite shape, which is triangle. Breathe. On our next exhalation, we're gonna take this left foot back to meet the right, and we come into down dog once again. The dog says, woo woo. And then we're going to exhale, drop our knees down, and come and sit back into extended child's pose. This is a time when they can just rest and let their head relax. Inhale, come back to all fours. This time we'll tuck the toes under. We'll walk the hands back to the feet. And inhale. Tall mountain. Exhale, hands to the small of your back, modified back bend. Inhale. And now exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Take a breath. And now we're going to work on some balance. And with the kids in balance, it has them really focus. Because in balance, you can't be looking at everybody else, because if you see somebody else move, you'll start to move. So they really have to focus inward here. And it's not about how long they can hold a balance pose or anything, but it's really about focusing on themselves. But what we do is we start in mountain pose and we kind of rock our feet back and forth. And I like to take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then we're going to shift all of our weight to our left leg. And then we're going to bring that right heel up. Then we're going to let that right heel come to the inside of our left ankle. And this might be as far as they're comfortable going, and that is fine. But if they feel a little bit more, we're going to bring that foot up to the calf. I remind them not to put it on the knee because that pushes the joint out. And then sometimes we're going to grow our tree. And the arms can come up. And if we start to become swaying trees in the breeze, we reroot by putting that foot down. And then when we're ready, we bring it back up. And then we exhale. And then we shake it out. And we don't hold it really long on either side, because I also don't want them hopping around, which you'll see they try to hop around and hold it, and then they hop over and they run into somebody else or whatever. We don't want that. So now we're going to take a deep breath in again. Exhale, hands to heart center because we love ourselves. And all of our weight shifts to our right leg. We bring the left heel up and then place the left heel on the inside of the right ankle. And then when you're ready, you bring your foot up. And then we might grow our trees again. And we focus on our breath. And then we exhale, release down. And we shake it out. And then there's another balance pose that we do. And it's actually Warrior 3, but they don't know that. So it's usually a balance pose you do by yourself, but I have them pair up. Now right now I know we can't do pair ups, but hopefully once we get there, I want to let you know about this one. If we pair up, then they're supporting one another. So whether it's just the person that's standing to the right of them or their best friend or whatever, they're supporting each other. And even though they don't think of it in some of the terms we might think of, just even holding them up and letting support them as you've got one set of hands on top of each other this way, or sometimes we do like this, and then one person will take one foot back and lean and come forward. Now I can do this and hold myself up, but I've got a lot of practice. But for that support, to know that you have that person that's always there. And then we talk about that after we get to the floor, about how it made you feel when you were supported by your friend, even if it was just in that pose? How would it make you feel if you were supported by your friend in class, on the playground, various things? So now we're going to take that one more deep breath up, standing in tall mountain. Then we're going to exhale, ragdoll, coming all the way down. We're going to take that right foot back and come down that right knee, and then bring that left foot down, and we're going to circle those legs around to the front. Something the kids like to do, and it's really goofy, and even my middle schoolers laugh at me, but they do it anyway. We're going to get into our boat. So we're going to find our sits bones again, and then we're going to bring our arms out to the front or hands underneath your legs. It's your choice. So we're going to make that nice long spine, and we're going to lean back, and then we're going to lift those feet. Now with the kids, I would do one foot, but with y'all, we'll do both feet. But it's a nice core strength. We're here, and then we're going to sing because we're in our boat. So we're going to row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. And then bring it down. And the kids are laughing. The middle schoolers are laughing. The staff is laughing. Everybody's laughing. If teachers walk by, they see it, and they're like, that is so cool that you get middle schoolers to sing that song still. It's great fun. So then from here, we're going to go into one of the kids' absolute all-time favorites. It's meatball. So you're going to tuck in, and we're going to roll back, and they just kind of get to roll around in their space however they want. No touching anybody else, even pre-COVID. And then we come down and we roll side to side. And then we're going to bring our feet flat down. And we're going to do a little stretch before we sit back up. So arms extend out, palms face the sky. And you're going to drop your knees to the right and turn your head to the left. And we want to breathe here. And then we're going to inhale, come back to center. Drop our knees to the left, turn our head to the right, and breathe. This is a spinal twist. We're not forcing anything to twist, we're just letting the body do the work. Then we're going to bring the arms over to meet the legs, and slowly push up. And I always tell them, don't pop up like a Pop-Tart in a toaster, come up like a fat bagel in a regular toaster. And then we're going to come back to half lotus, which just is crisscross applesauce, but it's the fancy yoga term. We have one foot up. Sometimes we'll do full lotus, and the kids like to see how long I can sit like this. But at 52 almost, give me 2 months, the knees sometimes get a little sore after I sit like that for too long. It's too many years of playing softball. But we're going to come to crisscross, half lotus. And this is where some of the additional concentration, focus, think before happens. So we take the hands and we turn them palm side up. Then I ask the kids to close their eyes, and again, focus on your breath. I want you to inhale through your nose, and I want you to feel your belly come out. And then feel your rib cage come out. And then fill it up in your throat. And then hold it. And now exhale through your nose, blow it all out. Now, as you inhale, think of something that brings you the most joy. And then as you exhale, think of something that makes you mad. Inhale, think of something that brings you the most joy. Now hold that breath and make a fist with your hands and hold that thought and hold that breath. Hold that feeling of happiness. Now as we exhale, we're going to think of what makes us mad, but we're going to open our hands really wide as if everything's just dripping out of our fingertips. So whatever makes you angry, it's leaving. It's dripping out. Inhale, make a fist, think of what makes you happiest. Hold on to that. Exhale, whatever makes you mad, let it go out, let it drip, let it drip, let it drip, let it drip. Now this time as we inhale, we're going to bring our hands together. And then as you exhale, whatever it is that makes you just irritated, push it away. Good. Inhale, happiness. Bring the hands together to your heart. Hold that happiness at your heart. And then exhale, whatever makes you angry, push it away. And then let it go. Because once we pushed it away, it's gone. It's not coming back. Now think about a time when maybe you've been standing in line for the water fountain after recess. This is a hot one with the kids. Or in the line at the cafeteria. And you're standing there, minding your own business, waiting for your turn, following the rules. And here comes somebody, cuts right in front of you, pushes you out of the way. You have two choices. You can retaliate against that person, which is probably not going to work out well for either one of y'all, but especially you. Or you can say, what did Miss Liz say? Inhale what brings me happiness and hold on to it. Exhale and get rid of what makes me angry. Inhale, I'm happy I'm doing the right thing here. Exhale, he's getting in trouble because he cut line and the teacher saw him and someone else told on him. Inhale, I'm helping my friend when they fell down while we were at recess playing kickball. Exhale, I'm not getting angry. Inhale, I like helping my teacher out, and I like making sure my work gets done. Exhale, I'm not going to listen to those kids as they say that I'm a nerd because I'm smart. Exhale. Sometimes we have to think quick on our feet. So that's where our fingers come in too. Because if your hands are busy making that fist to hold on to your happiness, or sometimes we'll do fingertips. Depends on my students. I have students that have different texture and tactile abilities or likes and dislikes, depending upon where they are on the spectrum, because our kids range from your mainstream child to slightly autistic, to high up on the spectrum, Asperger's, to just everything in between. So have to learn to work with different kids in different modalities. My preschoolers, they're just all kinds of smiles and giggles, but I tell them when you want to push, you push yourself. We don't put our hands on push on others because that could hurt our friends. We don't want to hurt our friends, we love our friends. Middle schoolers, it's the fist sometimes, or even the fingers, because sometimes the fist can just be accidentally mistaken for something that they're not really meaning. So it might be the fingers. It might be take that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it gives them that count. And you've heard people say count to 10 before you react. Sometimes kids can't wait till 10, so let's do 5. We're working with kids, not adults. So let's do 5. Let's break it down a little bit. I have seen a lot of change in kids. Once we do these things with them, they will come back to me the next week and say, Miss Liz, you know, the other day I was out and I'm so glad that you taught us that, because I was out at the playground with my brother and these friends came over and called my brother a name, and instead of going and punching them, because that's what I really wanted to do, I did your counting, and then my brother and I went to another side of the playground. So when kids come back and tell you those things, it makes you feel really good because you know they really are listening. Or even when you see them interacting at the site with each other, and it may be a day that I'm not teaching yoga, I might just go by a site just to hang out with the kids for a while. And even if I'm dressed, and it's funny, I can come in dressed in a skirt, in a dress, and the kids will say, Miss Liz, are we doing yoga today? And I'm like, really not dressed for yoga today. But it's okay because that's good, they're excited. And one of the other things that we have done with our kids is we have taken it a little step further and turned it into a little bit of literacy and made yoga storybooks. And we've gone with all the age groups, even the pre-Ks, and we have pictures of a warrior on a tall mountain. We have flying in our butterfly, which we did earlier, going on our little trip. That was from Machen. From Phoenix pre-K to 2nd grade, we have our book, One Warrior Stopped Me. He said, there are 2 warriors ahead. I was not scared because I tell them that we're warriors and we don't need to be scared. I went past it and found an airplane. Inside the airplane was a cat, a cow, and a dog. Those are all the poses we do. The dog was holding a rag doll in its mouth, and it's hard to see inside the little holes of the windows of the airplane, but you see a little face of a cat and a cow and a dog. I ran outside into the jungle and saw a gorilla monkey. It was as big as a mountain. I fell back in a chair. And then finally we have one of our beach tales. This is a beach tale, yoga storyboards, and this is from Craft. And with this one we were also able to catch some pictures of the students with their parents' permission doing different poses. This one says the dog walked the plank and a bridge. I like that because we all want to be a success, don't we? So here the kids are doing down dog, they're doing plank. Let's see. Here we have the cat was in a tree on a tall mountain. And there we are in tree. We're standing up in tall mountain. And then this is the back of some of our cats. I think that might be my shirt. Dog flamingo bridge. The flamingo and the dog cross the bridge. And sometimes they make up their own poses, which we love. The flamingos, the bridge. Now I have some gymnastics girls, we don't do that kind of bridge, but they got a little ambitious. And the dog. So you see how we can also make these into yoga storyboards. And then we actually publish them. One goes to the school, one goes to the site, so the parents can see it, and of course we keep one at the office. And then the kids are very excited because this is what they've done. So hopefully this has given you a little bit of insight to how yoga can help. It can really make the kids stop, and even as adults it can make us stop and think. If there's a time that you get a little flustered, with maybe a coworker, a parent, an administrator at a school, if your after school sites are in schools and you have to kind of cross that boundary and you get that last minute, oh, by the way, y'all can't be in the cafeteria today, so we're shoving you off into the library, and you can't really do much in the library. So sometimes you just have to take that breath. And you can do this. 1, breathe. 2, and nobody ever really needs to know that you're doing it, because if your hands are down by your side, you can't even tell unless you see them. So I hope this again has helped and has given y'all some ideas, and if there's any additional information I can share, since we can't be together, I'd be happy to share with anybody. My email is elinthicum@hampton.gov, and y'all can reach me at any time. So we're going to take one last deep breath. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center, and the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.